Paris, the city of romance, art, and endless light. But under its cobbled streets and cafes lies another Paris, a city of bones. The catacombs stretch for more than 200 miles beneath the French capital, filled with the skeletal remains of over 6 million souls. The walls are stacked with skulls and femurs, arranged like decorations in a macabre museum. Tourists see only a fraction, the clean, curated paths. The rest is off limits, forbidden. But for decades, explorers, thrill seekers, and filmmakers have slipped past the gates into the true catacombs. Some returned with stories. Others never came back. And one of those stories is the most disturbing of all. In the 1990s, a group of cataphiles, urban explorers of the catacombs, discovered a camcorder deep in the tunnels. Its battery was long dead, its case covered in moisture, but the tape inside was intact. What they found on that tape has haunted every person who has seen it. The footage shows a lone man carrying a flashlight, walking through endless corridors of bones. At first, it looks like a simple exploration. He talks to himself, pointing out carvings and chambers. His voice is calm. Then things begin to change. The man's breathing grows heavier. He mutters that he can't find his way back. His flashlight flickers. The camera catches glimpses of walls closing in, skulls seeming to shift in the shadows. Deeper he goes. His steps quicken. His voice shakes. I shouldn't be here. In one moment, the man drops the camera to the ground. The lens points upward as he snatches it again, his hands trembling. The footage shows his flashlight beam darting back and forth across endless rows of bones. And then, distant footsteps. Not his own. The man begins to run. His breath comes in gasps, echoing off the stone. He turns corners wildly, no longer speaking, only panting and whimpering. The camera catches glimpses of black carvings on the walls, shapes like crosses, circles, symbols. At one point, the footage shows something horrifying. A handprint smeared in black across the wall, fresh, wet. He stares at it too long. The camera tilts, showing his terrified eyes in the corner of the lens. Then, the sounds begin. Whispers. A chorus of voices, rising and falling, chanting words in a language no one recognizes. The man drops the camera again. This time, it stays on the ground, pointing upward. For nearly a minute, the tape shows only the ceiling of the catacomb, the sound of his footsteps fading into the distance. And then, silence. The man never returned. When explorers tried to trace where the tape was found, they realized it came from a section of the catacombs not mapped, deep beyond collapsed tunnels. Even seasoned cataphiles refused to go there. Locals say that place is cursed. The workers who built the ossuary spoke of rooms they sealed, chambers where they felt eyes watching them. Some whisper that among the millions of bones lies a mass grave that was never sanctified, the remains of plague victims dumped and forgotten. It is said their spirits wander, dragging the living into their ranks. Those who have explored the catacombs tell eerily similar stories. Voices calling their names in the dark, flashlights dying without reason, feeling hands brush against them, though no one is there. The sensation of being led deeper against their will. In 2004, Paris police discovered an entire secret cinema inside the forbidden catacombs. Screens, projectors, even a bar. When they returned to investigate, Everything was gone, dismantled overnight. Who had built it? And how did they vanish so quickly in a place where every turn should be impossible to escape? The footage of the lost man has never been officially released. Copies exist, whispered about in underground circles, but no one shows them publicly. Why? Because the last frames are the worst. The man's camera, lying abandoned in the tunnel, continues to record. The flashlight beam fades. The darkness swallows everything. And then, footsteps return. Slow, measured, moving toward the lens. The tape cuts out. To this day, the Paris catacombs remain a place of fascination, fear, and death. People still sneak inside, chasing the thrill. Some come back with stories. Others join the millions already buried there. When you walk those tunnels, when you stare into the hollow sockets of skulls lining the walls, you wonder, are they watching you? Or are they waiting? Because in the catacombs, the dead outnumber the living, and they are not silent.